Hey everybody, it's the Abstractionist. I'm here with a deck haul review video. This one is going to be for Woodland Wardens. That's what it looks like, box. So I am not necessarily an animal, plant, crystal kind of deck person. There's very few animal decks that I feel drawn to. I mean, I get the anthropomorphizing, if that's how you pronounce it, kind of element to it, but I just don't feel always drawn to like this. Like, I don't always feel drawn to stuff like this. I think because I want to explore herbalism a bit more, I kind of got into this, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Looking at it now, I feel like it's some pretty interesting energy coming through. It's kind of dark. Not bad dark, but just darker. And maybe it's because of the time of year that I've gotten it. I've gotten it during the darker half of the year. We'll see. So it comes with a guidebook, like pretty much all of the decks that I get. So the guidebook is like da 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 da, you know. And it comes with. Is that gonna tell us? Maybe it doesn't tell us. Let me see. What is this? LI. Is that 51? I think that is. Yes, 51. There's 51 cards in here. So essentially, each card is an animal or creature, insect, and a plant, herb, tree, shrub, fruit, whatever, you know, whatever. However we go for it. I think reptiles. And so it's like that. So they're paired together. It's not like a card specifically for this plant, and then a card specifically for this animal, and then a card specifically for this bush, and then a card specifically for this like insect. It's like they're paired together. So it's kind of interesting, I think, to start exploring why they're paired together in some way, shape, or form. As I watch it fall and like didn't even try to stop. So I'm really interested in that, and it kind of feels like a Aesop's Fable-y kind of vibe to it a little bit. But kind of like, not necessarily animal spirit guide mess. It's not that. It's kind of like if you came to a crossroads. I always be having ideas for the deck when I do this. Like I could see this being the kind of deck that explores pathfinding and instinctual. How do you explain it? You know those stories. Like those stories, the narrator is like, you come to a path, there's two, it splits in two, which one do you take? And then you take one, and based on that, there's a series of things that come after it. There are books like that where like you read to a certain point, and then you can choose which way to go from there. And wherever you go, the story develops based on that. You know what I'm saying? I had at my job, the pharmacist was talking about a story that she was listening to. It was an audiobook, and it was basically from the perspective of the narrator who was chatting with the person. Not necessarily chatting, like having a direct dialogue all the time, but was the narrator like you were in a video game. And it was a very interesting interesting perspective, because it wasn't the person experiencing the choices that were being made. It was the narrator telling you about the choices that they made. So like, so the narrator is, you come to a path, the blue path or the green path, which path do you take? Okay, you took the green path. You see this up ahead. What do? Do you fight this, or do you stand down and run? You stood down and ran. Okay, you ended up, like, it's a very interesting concept to that. And I was like, oh, I like that. And so this may be something a little bit more interesting to deal with, because a lot of these, I mean, if you're thinking about it, all of these have some sort of flight, fight, fawn, freeze, instinct in some way. They all have some sort of defense mechanism. They all have some sort of way that they react to the natural environment and work around it, and how they observe the natural environment to move within it. And so it probably would be good for that. I'm just saying. It probably would be good for people who want to work through their flight, fight, fawn, freeze, decision-making kind of thing. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend it. So that is Woodland Wardens. I hope you enjoyed this little reading. Well, not reading, sorry, like haul, review, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.